You've probably heard somewhere that one of the best ways to avoid a physical confrontation is to de-escalate the situation. In fact, if you're a fan of this channel, you've probably heard me say it on many occasions. So what is de-escalation and how do you do it? Stick around to find out more. Hey everyone, I'm Rob Veltman. Anytime you can avoid a physical confrontation, it's a good thing. No physical confrontation means you don't get hurt and you don't have to hurt someone else to keep yourself safe and risk entanglements with the law. One of the best ways to avoid getting into a fight is by de-escalating the situation. That is, taking a state of affairs from a possible hostile environment to a relaxed atmosphere. Often, when confronted with antagonism, we automatically go into a defensive mode. What's that person's problem? I didn't do that. One of the biggest things to keep in mind when someone is aggressively confronting you is that this is probably not the real problem. Think about it. When these type of things happen to you, do you instantly jump in a rage mode and want to confront this person? It's usually a slow building of events. Let's take, for example, someone cuts you off in traffic. You most likely don't start waving your fist and swearing at the person the second it happens. It could have started something like this. You were arguing with your kids about getting ready. Because of them not cooperating, you were late in leaving. Of course you're late, so now it seems that you're hitting every red light along the way. Then the guy in front of you decides to drive below the speed limit, which led you to getting stuck at the railway crossing, thus making you even later. The person that cut you off is just the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. They're the one that is going to receive the bulk of your anger because now you've had enough. If you could feel this way, there is every reason to believe that others can too. Most likely, without meaning to, you've ended up at the wrong place and the wrong time to come across their path. A lot of times, they're not really mad at you, but you're the one that's there in front of them when they reach the breaking point. If you meet their aggression with your own aggression, the situation is likely to escalate, and a fight is likely to occur. However, if you choose to meet their aggression with a calming influence, you can often diffuse the situation and avoid a physical confrontation altogether. So what can you do to de-escalate the situation? I've been in this situation several times and always been able to talk my way out of it. Well, almost always. There was one time I wasn't able to, and I'll explain that later. The first step is to stay calm yourself. Take deep breaths and try not to be defensive about anything the other person may say. When you remain calm, it has a calming effect on others around you. If you answer the other person's aggression with more aggression, the situation will become more and more tense. You will want to keep your distance. By keeping space between you and the other person, you will show that you are not a threat, and you'll also have more time to react if they do attack you. Your feet should be staggered, one foot in front of the other, giving you the ability to move quickly should the other person take a swing at you. Hands should be up and in front of you in a non-threatening manner. Your body language is very important. By holding your hands in fists, your body language is communicating that you are willing to fight. You know that the other person is willing to fight at this point, so this could be the excuse they need to set them off. Holding your hands out open in a placating manner is the universal symbol for stop. It is also non-threatening, and your body language is conveying that you do not want to fight. Keep your voice calm. I've always found the word relax works well, but in reality, what you say is not so important as how you say it. What you want to do at this point is validate the other person's feelings. Hey, I understand that you're upset. What can we do to fix this? And offer them an alternative solution to fighting. Now, it's quite possible that you have no idea what they're really upset about. Maybe it was your fault. Maybe it wasn't. Here are 3 scenarios that I've run across in the past. You bumped into me, asshole. Spilled my drink. I'm sorry, man. I didn't realize I bumped into you. That was my fault. Can I buy you another drink? I heard you say this about my girlfriend. This one can go 2 ways. Did you say it? If so, you need to accept the responsibility. Maybe I owe you and her an apology. What can I do to make this right? Or if you didn't say it, I'm not sure where you heard that from. I wasn't the one that said that. If it was me, I'd gladly apologize. What can we do here? You stole my parking spot. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Would you like me to move my car? I didn't mean to take your spot. As you can see, in each of these scenarios, the person's feelings were validated by saying something like, I didn't do that would just add more fuel to the fire. Then an alternative solution was offered. Once people have calmed down a bit, they were able to see alternative solutions to their problems. When people are mad, they can only see one outcome. They have tunnel vision. They're focused solely on that. When they calm down and relax, that tunnel fades and they are able to see alternative solutions. Here's a drill that I do with my students sometime that will demonstrate your reactions when in a state of high tension versus a relaxed state.
What Ted's going to do, have his hands up like so, and I'm just going to come through and I'm going to hit him just between the eyes here. And what I want Ted to do is focus on this hand. So this hand is coming. When it comes, I just want you to bat it out of the way with either this hand or this hand. Keep them up high so they're coming through. This hand's coming. Be ready, be ready, be ready. Okay? Here it comes. Focus on it. Now I want you to just relax. Hands up, same way they were up here, and just relax. So being relaxed, he's able to stop it. Your body reacts quicker when you're relaxed.
When people are in a high state of tension, it's very difficult for them to accept alternative solutions, and there are some times where you will not be able to de-escalate a situation. Factors that will lead to a diminished capacity to do this may include the person being under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or suffering from mental illness. It is still possible to get through to these people in most situations, but would require much more patience and tenacity on your part to find a resolution. As promised, I will tell you this tale of the one time I was not able to de-escalate a situation without physical force. I was out with a group of friends at a bar when one of my buddies sighed and said, "Oh great, this guy." I looked up at the door and a guy had just walked in with his girlfriend and another couple. I said, "What's up?" He told me that the girlfriend had served him at a restaurant earlier in the week. The service was, as he described it, the worst service he had ever had. He told her this, and her boyfriend took exception to it, telling my friend he was going to kick his ass the next time he saw him. I said, "Dude, don't worry. There's 20 of us here. It's not going to happen tonight." We thought the night went off without a hitch. The guy my friend was worried about left a half hour before we did. But then upon leaving, we saw him coming charging across the parking lot saying, "It's payback time!" Now I thought he'd come up and start yelling and pushing my friend to start the fight, so I sidled up next to him ready to back him up if needed. There was no yelling, no pushing. As he walked up, he brought his fist back to swing at my friend. I pushed my friend aside and used the momentum from the assailant's punch to throw him to the ground. I then held him there until he calmed down and agreed to leave my friend alone. For that night anyways. You see, there are some situations where de-escalation is not always an option. If it is an immediate attack or an ambush, for example, someone waiting for you to walk down an isolated path has already committed to attacking you. While it is not always possible to de-escalate a situation, it is definitely something you will want to try whenever possible. Even if you're a great fighter, it's not always the best fighter that's going to win the fight. We see lucky punches landed in boxing and MMA all the time. We see wrestlers, judoka, and jiu-jitsu players slipping and injuring themselves accidentally. If you're engaged in a fight on the street, your attacker may not stop hitting you just because you give up. I've actually seen street fights where one guy was out cold and the other one continued to hit him. Whenever possible, it is best to walk away from a fight, and one of your best chances of doing this is to de-escalate the situation. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that subscribe button below, like, share, and leave a comment. I'll see you all in the next video.